You may have seen my earlier video where I failed with the water pump. So as you can see, I've already mounted the new one. This is the right length. The other one was like to about there. This, it sticks out the right amount. The other one was to about right here. So because of this, when I mount the pulley on it, it'll be right in line with the belts. So I know I've already mounted this, and you know, these bolts are all different sizes and lengths. And if you remember, I had told you to cut out or draw a sampling of what the part would be, and then put holes where all the holes are. And then as you take out a bolt from there, you put it into the corresponding holes here. And then when you're putting the new one on, you take the bolts out one by one and put them in the corresponding spot. That worked out so well, you wouldn't believe it. So I'm gonna button it all up. Buttoning it up right now is I'm just gonna retorque these bolts to make sure they're the right torque. And then I will hook up the hoses and run the belts. Remember how to take off the belt that runs off the crank. It does the supercharger, which is this guy right here, and it runs, really, I think it's, oh no, there it is. Alternator's down there. Of course, it makes sense to put the alternator, which is electric, at the very bottom of the vehicle. That's why I've kept the splash guard on the bottom. So that's on this side, and then on this side it's the power steering and the AC. And that runs off of a different belt. So this has two serpentine belts on it. Woohoo! All right, so I'm gonna hook up the belts, all the hoses. There's a vacuum line here that goes, snakes through around here and plugs into over here. That'll be connected, and just make sure everything's connected, torqued properly. Then I'll drop the fan blade and shroud back in here. Goes on these clips, and there's a anchor down at the bottom in there that it drops into. And once that's done, we'll fill it back up and we'll go for a ride, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully there's no leaks. More to follow. All right, as you can kind of see, it's all buttoned up. Just a little bit of stuff here and there to do. And these are the tools that I've used. Nothing special. You can see there's a little JB weld, because as Mercedes get old, like this is a 99, the plastic gets brittle and things break. So I gotta kind of fabricate a hose bracket that goes against the radiator shroud to hold this hose in place. You can see it'll bounce around. I don't really want that. This emissions hose here broke. It was very brittle. As you can see, that one's pliable, and I was able to get that at the auto parts store. I use Advance Auto because they give me discounts all the time. The more you buy, the more you get. And they had the right water pump. So I'm just making sure everything's buttoned up. I've started adding the fluid, which I also got at Advance Auto Parts. And they have a rewards program. That's what I use. And that's pretty much it. So next time I start recording, we'll be taking this beast for a ride. Feel it heating up, so thermostat should open soon. As you can see, everything's spinning the way it's supposed to spin. I jacked up the side of the car just to make sure this was the high point, so that all the coolant continues to, air bubbles I'd rather, come up to this side.